Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. And tonight I'm here with a sketch challenge for you. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop, but I thought I'd just tell you that it may be a little bit hard to see the measurements in the image that I have, but I have posted a link that you will find under this video once it actually goes live, so that you can download the sketch and play along with it. Yeah, and so hopefully that'll make it easier, because I realize that it sometimes is a little bit blurry to read, where the printing might be a bit small. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy this. If it's the first time you found me, I'm so glad you found me, and I'd love for you to take the time to subscribe to my videos so that you get notified when I do more lives, and also when I post my regular card tutorials. If it's not the first time you've joined me, thank you so much for coming back, because I really very much appreciate that you've come back. So let me switch over to my desktop and I'll get started. Okay. So this is the sketch that I designed. I really like kind of the sketch and how it turned out. I have another card that I made using it. So tonight I'm making a brand new card. So you're going to have a piece of cardstock that is, and hopefully you can see this, but remember, you can download it afterwards. So your card base is going to be 4 1/4 by 11, folded in half. So it's going to be a little bit of a different fold. Layer 1, which is this orange piece on the image, is 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and then layer 2, which is the yellow, is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Your circles, now you can change this up a little bit. On my original one, the circles were, the blue one was 2 1/2 inch in diameter, and then 2 3/4. I'm going to do something a little bit different with this, and so you'll just change it up based on the circles that you use. And then you've got a piece here. I didn't give you the measurements. I'm using ribbon, so that's kind of what, put some ribbon or a little strip, maybe 1/2 inch, 3/8 of an inch wide across if you're using cardstock. And then my sentiment is about 1 inch by 1 1/4. Really, you can change that up depending on the size of your sentiment. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to use tonight. So this is the brand new Stampin' Up! Mini catalog that went live today. And I'm using the Penguin Place bundle that is on page 33. This is just so adorable, this penguin. And I thought it was kind of perfect for a card. Okay, so that's that. Get that out of the way. Okay, so this is the Penguin Place stamp set. And then it comes with a punch. So I'm going to use this image here and lots of little things, so you can actually cut out or stamp a toque or some antlers and a scarf and some other things that go on it. This is a great stamp set because it doesn't just have to be for the holiday season. It's got a happy birthday sentiment, lots of thanks. So this is a really versatile stamp set. So that's what I'm going to use with the punch. Let me bring in some of the other things that I'm going to use, and then we'll get started. The other thing I'm going to use is for my piece that is for this layer number 2, that's 3 1/2 inch by 4 3/4. I'm actually going to emboss it, and this is the Type-Worn Type 3D embossing folder that is also in the new mini catalog. This is part of the Harvest Meadow product suite. So you may not think of this for Christmas, but I have a feeling this particular embossing folders is going to be one of my go-to embossing folders. All right, what else have I got here? Now, for my circles, as I said, I'm switching it up a little bit. For my originally, I used 2 of the layering circles, one that is the scallop edge, and then one that was not scallop edge. For this card, I'm actually going to use one of the circles dies from the Encircled in Beauty dies. These are really pretty with the detail. So this is the one that I'm going to use. And then I've combined it with a smaller, I think it was this one, a smaller circle so that I can put on top of it. Okay, so now I've got my supplies. So I've got my card base that is, again, 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm just going to fold this in half. So if you are watching, I'd love for you to leave a comment. If it's the first time that you've come in through StreamYard, you may actually have to kind of give consent to StreamYard so that you can comment, or you may actually have to subscribe to YouTube so that you can comment. But if you are there watching, I'd love for you to leave a comment. Okay, so then my layer number 2 is the one that I cut. My measurements 3 3/4 by 5, and I'm using Misty Moonlight. And then I've got my layer 2, which was 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Again, I don't know that you can see this. Maybe you can kind of see it. It's just so pretty, and just such a versatile embossing folder, just to give a bit of an overall background to your image. Now I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal to adhere this. Okay. Now I'm using, this is also something from the mini catalog. This is the, what's it called? It's white glittered organdy ribbon. So in our annual catalog, we actually have the black, that is the black glittered, but we've now got white, so you can use this as it is. It's so pretty as it is, or you can color it with your Stampin' Blends. So I'm just going to use this, wrap it around. We don't need that much. I want to tie a bit of a bow. So I'm just going to make sure I leave myself. I probably got way more than I need here. All right. So let's see if I can manage to tie a bow. And I want the bow kind of over on the right-hand side. If you ever need an extra finger to tie your bow, I might need that. We'll see how this goes. You can always use a glue dot. This ribbon is a little stiffer, so sometimes when it's a little stiffer, it actually helps hold it in place. Whereas if it's nice and soft, it makes them a little easier, or a little harder to tie. So that didn't turn out too badly. So I'm just gonna, yep. I don't know if you can see the glitter on this. Oh, there you go. You can see the sparkle. Isn't that pretty? Oh. And it is really pretty if you color it. I colored it in Soft Succulent. Oh, hi, Yvette. Thank you for leaving a comment. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you found me. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get notified when I'm live ongoing if you haven't subscribed already. All right, so I'm just going to use some dimensionals to adhere that on. Hopefully it's centered. There we go. All right, so there's my card base mostly put. Now it's a matter of, this is the what's it called? Encircled in Beauty die that I cut out. Now I should have spent some time in poking these out, but hopefully it won't take too long. So I cut this out in advance out of the Silver Foil Specialty, or I think it's Silver Foil Specialty pack. This is also in the mini catalog. Comes 3 pieces to a package, and they were all different kind of shades and textures of silver. One is quite a purple color to it. I haven't used that yet because I'm not sure. I haven't found a cardstock to go with it, but I'm sure it would look really pretty, maybe with some Highland Heather or something. Then the one I'm using is the brushed silver. And there is another one. The 3rd sheet is a matte finish. So just use your take your pick tool to just poke out all these little pieces. Every once in a while, I think I'm going to save these little pieces rather than put them in the recycle bin and do a shaker card, but so far I haven't managed to do that. All right, I'm just going to use the dimensionals to pop this piece. So I've cut the detailed die out of the silver, and then this smaller circle out of Misty Moonlight to go with the other layer. And then this piece is just going to go on here. Oh, hi, Lynette. Great. People are finding me. That's always great. And I use dimensionals. I love dimensionals. Can never have enough. Well, you can have too many dimensionals, but I like the texture. So put that there. Now, I've got everything just about ready. I've got some basic white here somewhere. Got buried under everything. All right, so I'm going to do some stamping. Now, because this is a photopolymer stamp, I need some cushion. So I'm going to bring in my piercing mat. And I'm going to stamp my penguin. Gotta think about this. How do I want my penguin? This is what I want my penguin. All right, so I'm going to stamp it in Tuxedo Black Memento. Now, one of the things I want to make sure is to get my punch lined up. So when my paper goes in, the penguin is going to be upside down. So let's stamp it so that the penguin is, let's see, my paper is going to go in like this. And the penguin is going to be upside down like this. There. And now I can just punch him out, and then it'll punch out the other piece to the penguin, because there is two pieces. Get it lined up. There we go. So I've got my two pieces of penguin. And the other thing that I'm going to punch out, you could stamp this, but I'm going to punch out two little feet out of Calypso Coral for my penguin. So I've got that, and then I need to stamp. I'm going to stamp a couple of other things. I'm going to stamp using Calypso Coral the nose for my penguin. I have a penguin without a nose. So I'm just going to fussy cut these out. And then I'm going to, in Misty Moonlight, I'm going to stamp a scarf that I will fussy cut out. See if I actually use that. And a toque. We'll use the toque for sure. I'm not sure how the scarf is going to fit, but I've got them stamped, and I'll cut them out just in case. Okay, these are my paper snips. So I'm just going to take, and so when you're fussy cutting, I know I've said this before on videos, you want to make sure that I always say you're steering with your left hand, not with so you're steering with the hand that doesn't have the scissors, basically. So I'm using my left hand in this case to just kind of maneuver my paper around, rather than cutting and steering. And I'm just going to cut this out here because it's hard to, rather than steering with the hand that's got the scissors in it. You'll find that it's much easier to do your fussy cutting if you start moving it around with your opposite hand. At least I think that works much better. Okay, there's my toque now. Now, I don't know what other places in the world. So as I said, I'm from Canada, so these are called toques. I'm not sure what they're called in other parts of the world, but in Canada we call them a toque. All right. And then my last piece is the nose. So little, I don't want to lose it. Okay, there we go. And then the last thing that I probably should have stamped was my sentiment. and I'm going to just stamp that on a little piece. I'm going to fussy cut this out as well, and I'm going to stamp the Season's Greetings again in Misty Moonlight. So I'm just going to take and cut around. You could punch this out if you wanted to, if you have a small punch, or you could use a die cut. But I'm just going to take and fussy cut. Okay. I think I have all my pieces, hopefully. Actually, I may need to punch or stamp some eyes on my second. Yes, I do. So where's my basic black? And my stamp. So there are also two little eyes here. So if you're using the second piece to the punch, you will need to punch out or stamp your two eyes on your, oopsie, my fingers in this, two eyes onto your penguin. There we go. So let's start to put our penguin together. So I'm going to use dimensionals again. Just pop up this piece. And it looks like he's got a vest on, and so that goes like that. Oopsie. Try to get it on evenly. There we go. That. Now I'm going to use a glue dot for my feet. And there. And then also for my little nose. Now I may have to make this glue dot a little bit smaller for the nose. So I'll put it on and fuss with it in a minute. There we go. Okay, so here's my take your pick tool. It's somewhere here. All right, let's put the nose on. Like that. You could use a mini dimensional for this as well. And then my feet. I'm just going to kind of tuck those underneath. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh. I just love this little guy. Probably need to give him a name. All right, so we're going to put a toque on him for sure. So let's use a glue dot for the toque. Like that. And now, let's see. Don't know whether I can. Oh, I think that will work. I wasn't sure if this scarf would actually fit very well, but it seems to fit just fine under his nose, like that. Okay, so now I'm going to just my penguin using dimensionals again. This will be a very popped up card. Hopefully it doesn't take extra postage in the mail. Sometimes you never know. All right, so we'll just kind of put him on like that. And I'm going to trim my ribbon here. I don't need such long tails. There we go. And then one more set of dimensionals for the Season's Greetings. Okay. And I'm just going to mess with my bow a little bit and just make it a bit smaller, I think. So I have room for my sentiment down here. I'll do that. And some more trimming. There we go. There. Thank you. cute? Gosh, I just love this little penguin. I have to think of a name. Anybody's got ideas for names, you can post it underneath here. Okay, and then that was the sketch. So don't forget, now I'm not sure whether the link actually posted when the video went live, but it certainly will be posted when I'm finished, so that you can actually download the sketch and play along. All right, let me switch back. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have fun with the sketch, and I hope you have fun with some of the products in the new mini catalog. If you are in Canada and you don't actually have a demonstrator, I'd love to send you a catalog, or you could go to the link for my online store, which will be underneath this video, and get the link to the catalogs in my online store. Hope you'll take the time to subscribe. I'd love for you to subscribe and get notified when I do upcoming videos. Don't forget to leave comments. I love to get comments. If you like my card, if you have other suggestions, I'd love to receive those comments. I normally would be back on Thursday at 6:30 with another card. I'm not going to be able to this week because I have to do some traveling. And so I will be back on at 1 o'clock Pacific on Sunday. So I hope you'll join me then. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Bye.